Well, jury selection begins today in the trial of a UTC student accused of killing Jasmine Pace and dumping her body along Suck Creek Road.
The case capturing national and regional attention, so much so that a jury pool is being selected in Nashville.
We have a crew on the way to cover that right now. Our Mary Beth Mangrum will join us with more details on the jury selection in just a little while. But first, we want to turn to Fallon Howard this morning as she joins us to catch us up on the case. Good morning, Fallon.
Good morning. Today, all eyes will be on Nashville, where the judge and attorneys will travel to pick a jury. Now, it was here off Suck Creek where Jasmine Pace remains were found in a suitcase more than 2 years ago. Jason Chen was a UTC student and is accused of stabbing Jasmine Pace to death in his apartment and disposing of her remains. And on November 22nd of 2022, Jasmine Pace was last seen by her family. 4 days later, she is reported missing by her mother. On the 30th of that same month, Jason Chen is charged in her death. On December 1st, Pace's body is found, and here's a look back at the district attorney talking about those charges.
Charges have been taken out for criminal homicide in the county of Hamilton. The state of Tennessee is pursuing first-degree murder charges based on the evidence that we have at this time.
The trial is set to begin in Hamilton County on Monday. I'm Fallon Howard. Dane, back to you.
All right, Fallon, thank you. And as we mentioned, we do have a crew on the way to Nashville this morning to cover that jury selection over the next couple of days, again, kicking off today.
And that's where we turn things over to Mary Beth Mangrum. Good morning, Mary Beth. What can you tell us about this jury selection today?
Morning, Dane, Hannah. Yeah, we're about an hour away from Nashville right now, where at 9 a.m. Central, the jury selection process for the Jasmine Pace murder trial is slated to begin. Now, Judge Boyd Patterson, he spoke about the jury selection process on Thursday during Jason Chen's last hearing before this trial starts. That trial will begin Monday in Hamilton County, but the jury will be a ways away from home. They'll be coming from Davidson County, and Judge Patterson says Hamilton County Sheriff's Office deputies will meet those jurors Sunday, where they'll be brought to Chattanooga and sworn in before the trial starts the next day. Now, we've been covering the murder of Jasmine Pace since she was reported missing in 2022. I spoke with attorney Bill Speak, who is unrelated to the trial, but he says that this case has had more publicity than most here in Chattanooga, which means that many locals have already formed an opinion of their own.
Those jurors would not have heard of this story, or at least there'll be a few of them that may have. They'll be excluded. Most people there won't be following this like you would locally.
Now, again, this jury selection process is slated to begin at 9 a.m. Central Time, and we're on the way to Nashville right now, so we will keep you updated as that continues on. Reporting live, I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
Mary Beth, thank you for joining us live with that detail. And of course, we do have that team coverage of Chen's trial beginning on Monday. And of course, that jury selection today in Nashville. Mary Beth will be in that courtroom. And then next week, our Meg Doyle joins our coverage here in Hamilton County as the trial gets underway. You can watch that trial live streamed on our website with recaps from News Channel 9's Latricia Thomas in our stream center. That automatically goes to Facebook, YouTube, and X. So plenty of ways to stay updated. Again, we've been following this case for over 2 years now. A lot of anticipation building up, several delays over the last couple of years due to questions about which evidence can be admissible in that courtroom. And that jury selection underway today, Hannah, is very interesting because, again, it's received so much national and regional attention that they've had to go out of Hamilton County to get that jury so they don't have any bias or prejudgment toward the outcome of this case.
Exactly. That's something we just heard from Mary Beth and from that attorney. Speaking of the publicity that this case has received, it's received national attention. I would say you ask pretty much anyone in Chattanooga, and unfortunately they do know the name Jason Chen. They have been awaiting this trial now for, like you said, over 2 years at this point. So people right here in Hamilton County definitely have their own internal feelings about this case that have been brewing for over 2 years now, which is why, again, they've gone to Nashville to have this jury selection. I remember going to Facebook as we're there right now, looking at Facebook comments from back in 2022 when this first occurred, people commenting on there saying that they knew Jasmine, they were friends with Jasmine. So again, very close ties here to the scenic city.
We just heard more about the ongoing hearings leading up to the Chen trial this next week. Of course, last week we heard that new evidence will be allowed in, some notes that were written by Chen himself regarding his last interactions with Jasmine and what he believed were arguments that would protect him in the court system. So really interesting to see that evidence. There was also the question about some body camera video as police were searching Chen's mother's home in Williamson County and to search Chen's bedroom in that home. There's some question over whether that video can be used given some certain factors within the proceedings that happened that day. So the judge was requesting like a 30-second video clip to see if that would be admissible. We'll wait to hear those details. But again, it's been delayed several times. So now we're finally getting that trial date next Monday.
This trial was initially planned for June of 2024, so June of this past summer. Again, Dane, a lot of things to be considered in this trial. One of them now that we do have the answers to is the attempts of Chen's lawyer to suppress the evidence that Jasmine's mom sort of tampered with, isn't the correct word, but that she touched when she did initially hear that her daughter was missing. She broke into Jason Chen's apartment. She used her credit card. She entered his apartment 3 times. She took a phone, a tablet, a notebook. So that's part of why this trial has been pushed back by so many months at this point, because Chen's lawyers were saying that this evidence should not be admissible in court, but again, recently we have learned that this evidence will be admissible despite Jasmine's mother getting involved with that evidence before her daughter was found.
So much to talk about, and of course, that is why we're going to be bringing you all this live coverage of the jury selection over today and potentially tomorrow as well. The sequestering of those the jurors as they are moved here to Hamilton County, and then that trial slated to begin Monday. So be sure to stick with us here on ARC Chattanooga, as well as our Stream Center. All of our social media pages will be posting constant updates.
A long-awaited trial for sure.